Really? A slideshow? I don't think I can stand another one of these boring slideshows.
What's wrong with the slideshow?
It's just not very FrondaFarm, you know?
Okay. How about this?
Don't you hate when people repeatedly ask how you got together, how long you've been going out, how did you propose, when did you propose, where did you propose? It gets annoying, right? Right? Crickets! So in an effort to put aside all those questions and any other questions you may have for our bride and groom, for your information and entertainment, I present to you the story of Richard and Len. How they met, became friends, had a relationship, became best friends, went to Disneyland, proposed, got engaged, and got married so that you can have free food at their wedding reception story. The story. Actually, depending on how you know them, you may know Richard as Ralph or Fronda, while Len can be Charlene, Len, or even May if you're like her parents and mix up your daughter's name on occasion. This is the story of Ralph or Richard or Fronda, and Charlene or Len or May if you're like her parents and mix up your daughter's names on occasion, on how they met, became friends, had a relationship, became best friends, went to Disneyland, proposed, got engaged, and got married so that you can have free food at their wedding reception story. The story. But for the purpose of this video, we'll just refer to them as Richard and Len. So, let's begin.
Kasi ang kanyang kapatid ay may-ari siya ng isang tindahan doon na pwede kami mag-opisina, pwede kami mag-service ng passport. So, naging kaibigan ko rin yung kapatid niya. Then tapos doon ko nakilala ang mami niya.
When did you meet him?
When they nung nag-service sa Saipan ng passport.
I'm June Picar. I'm the father of the bride.
Hi, my name is Charlene, and I'm the mom of the bride.
It's just we met in the store, so I'm working and they're doing their service in front of the store.
Sexy siya. At medyo hindi mahaba rin ang buhok noon eh.
I met my wife when we were in high school. We were classmates from first year to fourth year.
He was cute. He was handsome. He was fair. And I'm dark, so I said, oh, maybe this is a good person because my offspring will be lighter in color, so...
The first thing I noticed about her is that she was shy, she was well-mannered, and she was beautiful.
Love at first bite. Mabait, tahimik. Your dad is always like mainhin.
Well, first letters, then I think what she liked most was the roses I gave her every week, almost every week.
As soon as he said, I love you, and he was sending letters and flowers and all that, then I began. Maybe I love him too. I was not telling him though.
It's too quick. It's like we've known each other not even, I think, 4 months. But because he knows that your grandma and grandfather is coming, he proposed over the phone.
Ay, sumulat din sa akin na, sige, mahal din kita, sabi niya. Dahil sabi ko sa kanya, kung hindi natin ipagpapatuloy ito, handa naman ako magpakasal sa iyo. And then sagutin mo ako, kung talagang mahal mo ako, dito tayo sa Saipan magpakasal.
What did he say?
So I want to marry him because he knows that my mother and father is coming to visit me.
In the Philippines, we don't, there's no kneeling, there's no rings. I don't have a ring. So we just kind of go together and go out for a date. And the time that we thought we match and we can get along, then we just said, let's get married.
Len was very restless when she was a kid.
I think she was very likot.
You were malikot. You try everything. Yeah.
Sa Baguio.
Like you like kind of wanted to climb everything.
She climbs upstairs, she climbs up tables, anything that she can climb up to.
You were, I think you hit your head, the forehead, on the corner of
Binidyo nga siya palaging umulan.
of the table because you were running after the grapes, so you hit your head.
The worst thing that she has done when she was a kid was that she got a hairpin of her mom and she inserted it in the plug and she got electrocuted.
Was it you who spoke the words?
I met Richard through my sister. I don't exactly remember when. Mostly it was just seeing him from the balcony as they waved hi and left to go do whatever they were doing.
My first memory of Len is meeting her at Boston Pizza. And parts of that night is blacked out. I just remember sitting across from her.
I guess he messaged Carlos because I got a random text from him asking for my email.
She caught my eye, and then a little later on I sent her an email and said, did you want to go up?
I don't know. Thought he was kind of cute, maybe. He was a little awkward.
You had long hair, so pink for long hair, so I thought your hair was really nice.
I liked his pretty eyes. Well, at least the night of Boston Pizza, I liked his pretty eyes. He may have been a couple hours late to pick me up for our date.
I was playing basketball at Queen Elizabeth in Vancouver, and I realized that I had set up a date with Len at like 5, and I was still in Vancouver at 4.
I didn't think he liked me. He kind of kept his distance. There was he was always a couple steps ahead of me walking, or he didn't do the customary arm around the shoulder thing or anything like that. So, and he was super nervous, super nervous.
It was such a blur because I hadn't prepared anything. I didn't know what to do, so we had lunch. And I'm like, oh, what are we going to do now? It's really early still, so we caught a movie. I won't forget that because it was Silent Hill, and it had really good reviews.
Not a very good movie.
I don't think May found out till about a month after, or just before she had to leave for Vegas or a trip. And according to Len, she was freaking out.
Said, oh, he's nice. Then she threw a towel over my head and said,
I can't look at you right now. I can't look at you right now.
I like bringing it up how I'm a little youngin'.
Well, first I thought she was a lot older than, I thought she was maybe a year or two younger than May.
Wait, what? So Richard's how old? And Len is what now? So you mean when he was 30, she was 24? And when he was 24, she was 18? When he was 18, she was 12? So when he was in university, she was just in elementary? Does this make any sense?
I actually didn't find out till the end of the first date, until after the end of the first date, because I was like, why is this girl talking about graduating high school and her friends in high school? Here's what I did for high school. And then I realized, and I had to ask her, I'm like, you talk about high school a lot. How old are you? She said she was 18 or 17. I don't remember anymore.
When I was in grade 2, he would have been in college or something like that. 6-year age gap. I don't know. I can't do math.
I knew that she was somebody special and somebody I could tolerate. Is that a good word? No.
I don't know. I could talk to him about everything, and I felt comfortable with him from the beginning. Even on that first date, I was super comfortable with him, which I don't think I'd expect, especially with the age gap.
Len's definitely the more mature one. That's what makes her pretty cool. She, when it's time to be playful, she's definitely very playful. But when it comes to those times to be serious, she becomes mature. She becomes serious, and Yeah, and I feel that I'm the same way.
I always just assumed if he stuck with me longer than 2 years that he'd be the one.
I was sure I was gonna do it the year before already, and by January, I had the means to be able to do it. So by January, I had already decided I was gonna do it and propose. I didn't know how, I didn't know where or when, but I knew that before the year ended, that this is something that I was gonna do.
Yeah, I didn't think that was gonna happen. I was at Morton's and Anna and Eric were there. We had dinner, a really expensive dinner.
And so what I had planned to do was I wanted to give her this photo album because we took a lot of pictures during our relationship, and so I put all these pictures into this book, and at the very end I put a special picture that has me holding up the sign that says Len, marry me. No question.
I would have rather had it be a question and him get in on one knee.
It's difficult to do it in a booth.
Yeah, we didn't have to sit in the booth.
And you said yes before I even got to say anything.
Well, how was I supposed to know? Yes!
No speech.
What are you saying yes to?
Fanciful?
But you didn't even let me have a speech. So I tried to have a speech, but then you already said yes, so then you smothered me.
In a hug, yes, I did.
Yes, you did.
Yell out how many kids you're gonna have on 3. 1, 2, 3.
5!
2.
4!
2.
4.
So, now you know.
Your advice for the newly wed couple.
Ang pinaka-main advice ko lang, dapat mahalin ni Richard yung kanyang magiging asawa dahil yan forever na magsasama silang dalawa. Katulad namin ng mami niya, yan mahal na mahal ko yan.
Do you have any advice for Charlene? For Lenlen?
Shirley, thank you very much for loving Richard, and then as a daughter-in-law, I will be loving you forever and ever.